Russell, and I'm about to be on the Dr. Walter Sims show. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Peace. Go.
Hey everybody, I'm Patti Rutland, and this is my company, Patti Rutland Jazz, and we're about to be on the Dr. Walter Sims show. Hey!
For all of your healthcare needs, go to Health Concepts, located at 1901 Wise Drive here in Dothan, Alabama. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. and they're closed on Sunday. Listen, when you get over there, when you go get some of that alkaline water, the best water in the Wiregrass, will you please tell them Dr. Sims sent you?
Hey, I'm Jessica. I was going to let everybody know that we all love the Dr. Walter Sims show.
For all your family dentistry needs, go see my friends over at Dandridge Dental Family Dentistry. Dr. Michelle Dandridge and Stella Ferry will be glad to service you. They are located at 1435 Ross Clark Circle, Suite A, here in Dothan, Alabama. They're located on the south side of the circle near Southern Bone and Joint. You can call them at 334-699-2220. And when you get there, tell them Dr. Sims sent you.
I'm ready.
All right, good morning, everybody. I am here with my friend, Miss Patti Rutland, and we are here at her studio located downtown Dothan, and I'm excited to be here, and I love her energy. I love what she's doing with the kids. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Listen, I am doing fine.
We're glad to have you here.
Well, hey, it's my pleasure, and the kids, they are just so wonderful. The kids are just totally awesome. So tell everybody a little bit about you and what you do with this jazz company.
Okay, well, I started, I owned a studio. I opened it 32 years ago.
Okay.
And I was 2. No.
I was thinking 3.
Okay. We started 32 years ago, and it was always my dream to eventually have a professional jazz company in Dothan, Alabama. And a lot of people said, no, probably can't be done.
Right, not in Dothan.
No, and the difference is a professional company, these dancers are actually paid to take dance, to study, and they're paid to perform.
Oh, wow.
So it is their job. And so we eventually made it. This is our 3rd year in that.
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome.
And these dancers also teach in every Dothan City school.
Oh, wow.
They teach outreach classes during PE. We have almost 6,000 kids.
6,000?
That take dance weekly.
Wow, that is awesome.
And in fact, every child that graduates in Dothan City schools this year in 5th grade, they've never known a year without dance.
Without dance.
Never.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
And then we put on 3 main stage shows a year. So basically,
we saw you guys in Hairspray, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hairspray is C-Act. I choreographed that.
Okay,
we did a show, a Broadway tribute show, and then Santa's Workshop is our show that we do. But, you know, basically what has evolved 32 years later, Dothan is a destination for dance.
Oh, wow.
Because people now move here to dance in the company and the opportunities for a 36-week contract.
Awesome. So how do people nationally, how do people find out about you here in Dothan?
Well, we participate in a festival called Jazz on Tap in Atlanta.
Oh,
that's a big marketing thing because that's about 7 states represented there.
Okay.
And then we advertise nationally.
Okay. So what's your vision for the kids, the young people that work with you? What do you want to see them go on to do?
Well, I've seen a lot. I've seen kids go on and are on Broadway.
Right.
I've got one on the national tour of Dirty Dancing.
Oh, wow.
I've got one in Stomp. I've got one that has done movies. My oldest son, Vince, toured with Usher, Keith Sweat, Monica.
Wow.
Lance has been on So You Think You Can Dance 2 seasons. He
Right.
made it to, he got airtime. He didn't make it to the final. Trenton Williams made it to So You Think You Can Dance. He's in LA. He's signed with an agent and is modeling. And
That is nice.
gosh, I mean, they're living the dream. It's a great place. This is a great launching pad.
That's good.
Because they can come here and train and go to the next step professionally,
Right.
or it's a great place to retire. You know, because it's just that perfect. It just fits.
That is so good. So you have such a positive spirit, and that's why we connect so well. So what's your motivation every day? What keeps you so excited? That smile of yours. I love that smile. So what keeps you so motivated every day?
I like being an underdog.
What you say?
I like being an underdog. You know,
Really?
I like
good.
outreach. I like kids. You know, I have 2 sons,
Right.
Lance and Vince, that can tell you what happened when someone invested in them.
Oh, that's good. God, I hope you heard what she just said.
Yes.
Somebody invested
in them.
Oh, that's
because
good.
too many times we label people as bad kids or not able to do, and you know, you cannot. It's like when I audition for dancers.
Right.
A large part of my audition is an interview, because you can't audition the human spirit.
Oh, that's
And this
good.
one right here,
Right here.
my
right here.
son, Lance
Yeah.
Washington, you know, he was on the streets in Chicago at 14.
Wow.
He is one of the greatest motivators. You don't think kids listen to him?
Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody.
You know,
that's good stuff. That's
And
good.
you know, and Jamaica Oates, that just
Amen.
went around the corner, she said, it's my dream to dance, but I didn't start old enough, and I've got a child. And I said, well, if it was your dream and your calling, I said, she's going to be blessing us on that stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she kills it. She's amazing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
She did a
like,
great job
I
on
like,
Hairspray.
yes,
She did a
she
good
did.
job. She did a
And
good
she found
job.
out she could sing.
What you say? Yes,
know,
and I interviewed her for
yeah.
that show,
So-
advertising Hairspray. She
So
did good.
I like being the underdog. I like seeing weeds grow into
Oh,
masterpieces.
that is good. So real quickly before we go to the next segment, we want to talk about what's coming up.
Okay.
Friday. What has been one of your greatest challenges that you've had to overcome? Speaking of the underdog. Because the way you
Well-
look now, you look well put together now. You know.
Well, years ago probably was the racism that we encountered with I had a black child.
Amen.
And then and earlier before that was I tried to adopt a little girl named Jackie that we
wow.
didn't have the same skin color, and I was told that I wasn't a good match. You know, and through 32 years I have determined that we are living reflections of each other.
That's right.
That's it.
Right.
And
That's
the skin didn't have anything to do with it. And if you're basing it on that,
Right.
you need to read a book, or you've
Come
got
on,
too much
somebody.
time on your
Come on,
hand, or you've got
somebody.
something.
Come on,
But
somebody.
that was hard. I mean, that was hard.
Yeah.
We would travel together, and I would say, "This is my son Vince," or we would be eating together, and the dirty looks, and and so that was hard.
Yeah, that's tough, isn't
That
it?
was hard. But
You
it's
have such a heart. You have such a heart.
my heart grew because of them.
Oh, wow.
Wow. They made me who I am. It was their love. I'm a mom.
That's phenomenal.
I'm
That's
a mom.
phenomenal.
Being a mom
Girl.
to all these, like I love,
That's
I'm
so
the luckiest
awesome.
person in the world.
And happy Mother's Day, as a matter
Oh,
of fact.
thank you. That's why, yeah.
Y'all,
Four beautiful boys.
To all the moms, we just want to say happy Mother's Day, and what a testimony.
Ah,
and I
thank
love what
you.
you're doing, and I'm speaking blessings over you and everything that you do, and I'm just glad that I know you. This awesome woman, and everybody love Mama today, and we just kind of went here, and what a perfect segue into wishing everybody a happy Mother's Day. Y'all hold tight. We'll be right back.
Hey, if you need to ship something in a hurry, go see my friends at Safe Ship, located at 2371 Murphy Mill Road, unit number 8 here in Dothan, Alabama. They will make sure that it is packaged just right so nothing will be damaged between here and there. Listen, they're open from 9 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday, and they close a little early on Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. Listen, if you need to contact them, dial 334-677-SHIP. That's 334-677-7447. And when you get there, tell them Dr. Sim sent you.
Don't forget to watch the Dr. Walter Sims Show every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Fox 34.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And, oh, man, what a great time we're having here with Sister Patti. And I just, oh, my goodness. So talk about playlist that's happening this Friday, May the 6th. And tell everybody a little bit about this work that you're doing called Playlist.
Playlist. Well, you know, you remember you used to say you are what you eat?
Right, right.
Well, now it's you are what's on your playlist. So we were talking about it, the dancers and I, and we, you know, and we were looking at each other's playlists and what's this? And so we thought, we have always been so enriched by our diversity that we didn't even realize the biggest diversity probably exists within our playlist.
How about that?
And so we thought, would it be fun if everybody picked their favorite thing on their playlist and choreographed it, staged it, costumed it, and put it in a show? And it's probably the most innovative, creative celebration of dance. I mean, all of the dancers have had a blast learning each other's pieces, and even you know, even with me, when we said we have an opening number that we said, okay, 30 seconds, what is your song that you listen to for that nobody would believe is your jam? What's your jam? And you know, and people sent the 30 seconds and we put it all together and we were rolling on the floor laughing. It's so entertaining. It's something for everybody.
Good. And where is it going to be?
Dothan Opera House. You can get tickets at the Dothan Civic Center box office or at the door, 7 o'clock, Dothan Opera House on Friday night.
Oh man, that is good. So what's next for Patti Rutland Jazz Company?
Well, we will close out this season. We will audition for the new company this summer. We will have a show in October that will be in our Black Box Theater here in the studio. That's a little preview. Then we start off with Santa's Workshop. February, we have February 2017, a show called Legends that will be heavily influenced by the music of Prince. And all of the legends that are making the most beautiful music in heaven now. All of those that have passed. And then I can't say what our spring show is next year, but it's something really, really spectacular that we've never done before.
Is that right? So let me ask you this real quick. So what's next for you, Patti Rutland? What's next for you? What's at that next level for you? How are you pushing yourself to another level?
Well, let's see, how am I pushing myself to another level? I would like to lose weight and be able to dance again.
I'm right there. What you call it? I want these kids to teach me how to dance and all that good stuff.
I miss flight. Yeah, I watch them sail across and I think, oh, I wish these 56-year-old bones could still do that. So
I know, right? Oh, that's awesome.
I know. I'm finding the fountain of youth and I'll share it with you.
Okay.
That's it. That's what my next step is.
And when we find it, we'll develop a map and all that and put on GPS and we'll make us a little bit of money. Guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed spending time with Miss Patti.
We'll never have problems with outreach money again.
And you got that right. Well, listen, real quick, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, www.pattirutlandjazz.com is our website, and there's a contact us on there, and you can just write us there, or 877-775-5678.
I
That's
like
our
that.
phone number.
567-8. I tell you, that is so awesome. I love you.
I love you too,
I
and thank you
appreciate
so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I appreciate your heart. And just thank you for what you're doing for the Wiregrass and the young people of the Wiregrass. And I love what you said. We love the underdog.
Yes.
And if you have somebody that believes enough in you to invest in you, you don't know the magnitude of that small gesture. You know what I'm saying? And just many blessings upon you.
Thank
and
you.
I pray that God will just overflow you and everything that you're doing and the lives you're touching. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Thank you
Y'all, this
so
is Patti
much.
Rutland. Y'all hold tight.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Don't forget to watch the Dr. Walter Sims Show every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Fox 34.
This is my mother.
Your mother. Talk a little bit about that. How did that come about?
Well, I got here about, not 8 years ago probably, and I came from Chicago, and I was living in Montgomery for a while, and one of the guys that was on the company there, he was like, yeah, you should come and audition for Patti Rutland Jazz, and I'm like, I'm a hip-hop dancer, I don't do jazz.
Right.
And so eventually he showed me a couple of DVDs and a couple of numbers from the shows that they did. And I saw one number in there that was not hip hop at all, and I was like, I want to learn that number right there. I gotta learn. And I was like, all right, I'll go audition. And I went and auditioned. And when I first got here, I had a chip on my shoulder, a huge chip on my shoulder. I was always upset, mad, angry at the world because of my past and what happened to me at the age of 14, which is me getting kicked out of my mom's house, heavy abuse. And I was just mad at the world. I didn't have a great attitude. I never really smiled, not as much as I do now, And like at first they all were kind of sort of like standoffish, like, oh yeah, oh, who is that? Like, he looks mad. I don't know if he's gonna be great for this. And then she eventually saw me dance, and then she was like, oh, let's get his number back. Who is he, And at that point in time, like, I made the company, and we started talking a little bit more, and then she finally got the background on my history and the stuff that I've went through, and she was like, you really need a mom right now. So come and move with me, and we'll show you what to do, how to do, and like how to get back up on your feet and stuff like that. And I was just like, really? What's the catch?
Wow.
I was just, because that's how non-trusting I was.
So what made you say yes to that invitation?
Well, what made me say yes is one day in Troy, because I was there working at a Popeye's Chicken, and one day in Troy, I just sat in the house that I was living at that point in time, and I was just like, this couldn't hurt just to try it, and I really want to see if they do what they say, and they're gonna mean what they said they were gonna do. And I eventually came down, and I was still kind of skeptical, and like one of the first things that happened when I was here, I was just like, I gotta run, because that was always my reaction, was to run.
Wow.
Anything happened. And that's what I was gonna do, and they're like, no, you're gonna stay here. Like, and they pretty much showed me how a family is supposed to operate, because I had no clue,
Wow.
And I just thought that once someone did something to you or did something to another family member, that you were done with them, because that's how I was raised. My birth mom, she did that to me. I watched her leave Chicago at the age of 16 after like coming back from Job Corps and stuff, and she just was like, okay, we're leaving. I'm not going with you. No, you're not. You're staying here. And I was just like, again?
Wow.
You're gonna like let me go again? Okay. Whatever.
Wow.
And I had no clue, and they pretty much showed me how a family operates, and no matter what I did, like seriously, no matter what I did, they were still there, and they're. And
like, you tried your best to mess that relationship up, didn't you? You tried your best, didn't you?
I did a lot of crazy things. I said a lot of crazy things, and like they were still there. Like her,
that's good
Brett,
stuff.
Sam, Eli,
that's
all of
good
them
stuff.
were still there, and I was just.
So
like,
on this Mother's Day, look, I want you to look at Patti. On this Mother's Day, what would you like to tell her?
I would like to tell her Happy Mother's Day, and that I'm gonna dedicate this performance and this show to you, and also she's gonna be there for my wedding as well, because I'm getting married.
Getting married? Oh,
yes.
So you go from a brother that was
kicked out of the house, come all the way from Chicago to Dothan, Alabama, hook up with a family, jam on So You Think You Can Dance, killing it here in this jazz company, about to get married, all because somebody believed in you.
Yes. And that's how it is. And I realize it.
Amen. That's good.
I'm happy for
That's
it.
good stuff. Well, listen, thank you for your...
Don't forget to watch the Dr. Walter Sims Show every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Fox 34.
Brother Alonzo, you know what? I am so interested in your story, and I love your smile. What's your motivation behind your performance?
Well, first of all, God, because I have been truly blessed. Second, the legendary Sam Cooke and the things he's done for black music, period, at a time when things were unheard of by black performers. So that really motivates me, and every time I get on that stage, I say a prayer, and I just think about Sam Cooke and what he's been through and the doors he's opened for folks like myself,
Praise God.
and that's it.
That's pretty good. So what would you categorize yourself as? What type of performer are you, Brother Alonzo?
I am soul with a touch of contemporary. I'm an old school person. I love old school music. And when I say old school music, I'm talking about James Cleveland. I'm talking about Motown sound, Temptations, Barry White, Marvin Gaye. I'm talking about James Ingram. So I'm an old soul.
Well, that is all. Man, you don't look a day over 25, man. How long you been performing anyway?
Going on just about 10 years. I started years ago during my time in the military. I started there, and I actually didn't know I could sing. I got caught in the shower singing by myself, and it caught the attention of a whole platoon, which is embarrassing. But I kept going on, and I started auditioning for plays, and I went to New York, got a chance to train with the Negro Ensemble Company in New York, and was blessed to move to Los Angeles, did some small TV shows, performed in Vegas, did a couple of Sam Cooke renditions in Vegas, and did some shows and some plays I did a play called Jitney in Gary, Indiana, and I'm currently headlining a show in Enterprise, Indiana, titled Sam Cooke at the Coco. It's held at the Southern Broadway Theater, where I play Sam Cooke, and you get a little bit of the information about Sam, who he was, the things he'd been through, and we relive his music. And the key thing about that, if you've never heard of him or you've forgotten about him, you're going to be reminded or educated who he is. And the music is just lovely. It's beautiful.
Don't forget to watch the Dr. Walter Sims Show every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Fox 34.
So, Brother Alonzo, what did you learn by playing Sam Cooke in this particular production?
Well, I've learned that they don't call him the inventor of soul for nothing. At a time where it was unheard of for black entertainers to own their own publishing company, to the rights to their music, he did that. He was the first to stop playing in segregated audiences. And the thing about it, what's really amazing, he recorded his first hit, You See Me, in 1957. And before that, he was a gospel singer, popular on that gospel circuit. But he tried to do an R&B album under an alias, and because of his voice, everyone knew it was him. So the best thing that I think it shows respect. First of all, he went to his father, who's a pastor, and got his father's advice, and got his father's blessing, and then did You Send Me in 1957, which I think that shows the respect that you have for your father, or a parent, period. And he went on to that, and there's a story about one of the songs that he wrote called Chain Gang. He stopped on a highway, and saw a chain gang working on the side of the highway. He stopped, just gave him a carton of cigarettes, and then wrote chain gang on a piece of scratch paper. And one of the things at the time, now you're thinking in 1964, 63, we were at the height of the civil rights movement. You had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all that going on. So he was really faced with that civil rights movement. He had a hard time writing that last song he wrote before he passed away, which was released 2 weeks as a single after he passed away. He had the hardest time writing a song that we still hear today as a symbol for the civil rights movement. We hear it today in some of the movies. And that song is so powerful, and the meaning behind it is so strong even today as it was then. And that song is titled Change Is Gonna Come. And I tell you, when I'm singing that song, I feel a spirit come over me because of the meaning behind it. And someone once asked me to re-record it and bring it up to date. I said, no, because that song has so much meaning behind it. And that was the last song he recorded before he was killed in 1964.
Wow. Brother Alonzo, can you give us a little sample of A Change Is Gonna Come? I'm sure the audience, we're in front of about 257,000 people, and I'm sure they would love to hear a little rendition of A Change Is Gonna Come. Come on, let me hear some.
All ready for y'all out there in TV land. Okay, listen to the message a little bit. I was born by the river in a little tent, and just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh yes it will. Woo!
Don't forget to watch the Dr. Walter Sims Show every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Fox 34.
We would like to thank our guests for appearing on the Dr. Walter Sims Show this morning. If you would like to advertise with us, become a sponsor, or even be a guest on our show, please contact our office at 205-225-9757 or send an email to the Dr. Walter Sims Show at gmail.com. The Dr. That's Dr. Walter Sims Show at gmail.com. Again, thank you for tuning in. May God richly bless you, and we will see you again next week.